Hey guys, it's me. I know I haven't made a video in quite some time, and it's been, I would say, August, September, October, November. It's been, what, 4 months, I think? So I just wanted to let you guys know the reason why I stopped making a video was because when it came to my therapy, I honestly stopped after, I would say like a month, I think, because I wasn't really seeing that big of a difference. Um, I did post another video just a second ago, and that was probably my last time. Like I went maybe once or twice to therapy after that last video, and they really just were not seeing that much of a difference with my therapy and how it was progressing. There really wasn't much. So they just let me off on my own, to be honest with you. And then when I saw like I was getting a lot better, um, they just said, you should just do your own thing. And I was just gonna say what really did help me. I would say, like I said before in my previous videos, is the rice with the heating was probably a lifesaver. And another thing I wanted to point out to you guys, because this is probably going to be my last video on this, that make sure that you find a therapist that you feel extremely comfortable with, because I had so many problems with my cast. I don't think I really put that out there. Maybe I did. Where literally when they were casting me and stuff, I literally had like a lady drop her hand right on top of my finger that was jacked up. And literally when I first saw my therapist, I said to her, if you touch my hand, I'm punching you in the face. So let's just put it that way. That is how hostile I was toward my hand, because I had a million problems and I really didn't want to scare anyone, because I didn't know what really stage anybody was in when it came to their therapy or still being in a cast. I had to have my cast redone like 4 times. It was god awful. I was probably on a million painkillers. And by the way, if you're in pain, take the freaking painkillers. When it came to therapy afterwards, I think when I was saying before in my last video, you really need to be an advocate towards yourself, and really your physical therapist afterwards is really there to guide you, but really it's up to you. You got to put the time into it. With my hand specifically, it was really like I did all these crazy freaking exercises that she suggested, but it honestly did not work for me. Now, that may not be the case for anybody. I just did not see barely any improvement. And I mean, you saw that. Like, I didn't see barely any improvement, maybe just a little wiggle, and that was it. I was going to say it probably took me like a full 2 months of therapy to really see the difference that you would expect. Like, for example, going like this. That took like 2 months. And, I hope that really doesn't discourage anybody, because you have so many tendons, all these little tiny bones, and they're trying to work so hard and they're so tired. And, there were some times that I felt like, you know what, like I really just like screw this. Like I'm tired of putting all the freaking effort into it and I'm not seeing a huge difference. But what really helped me is not really saying, like, to my hand that was messed up, like, move, move, try to move, try to move, go up, go up, go up. Really, I don't know how to really explain this, but if I did some sort of activity where I wasn't really thinking about working my hand, and it's like, I'm grabbing like, a glass. I'm not really telling my glass, okay, open, now grab the glass and move. I was just subconsciously doing stuff like that. So for me personally, doing stuff very subconscious with my hand that was messed up really did help. Also, just like even if I was in the shower, just like grabbing something like my shampoo or slowly but surely going like this with my hair to shampoo my hair. Even like the different textures, rubbing, because your finger is so not used to even your own finger touching it, that even rubbing like my hand against different textures, like a pillow, for example, or like even, and just really slow, because it's, for me personally, like my hand was just really scared to touch anything. So just like touching like, the walls or, towels, stuff like that. What helped me too is just even grabbing a towel and just raking it, just like getting my hands to go like this in this motion. And like I said, in the other things, the heating pads, amazing. Like literally all I would do was just take a towel like this and lay a heating pad all the way across, lay my hand like this, and just take a heating pad and just place it right on top. And it felt like amazing. I can't even tell you. And like after that, I would try to do some of their exercises that they taught me. And that's really all I did, to be honest with you guys. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but that's really what worked for me. And then, at first I started off with a pillow like this. And then eventually what I did was I worked with a just hard book. So obviously resting your hand on a soft pillow is much more comforting to a broken finger. Once you go to a hard book, then it really is stretching those tendons out to really make it straight. And, at one point in time, I was like, what, I can really focus on making my finger perfectly straight like this. And I think it just came to the point where it's like, what, I really just think, and this is what my hand is right now. And I mean, that's, for me personally, that's a huge accomplishment. And you know what, I don't want to scare anyone either, but this is as good as I could get my finger. And you know what, I'm okay with it. At least I have a finger. And you know what, maybe it gives it a little character. I even got like a little tattoo that says love on it. Because this thing had to get a lot of love to get it the way it was now. So no, that really is a real tattoo. So what I can do now is like this and like this. And you know what? I'm okay with it. And you know what? My therapist even said, we may not be able to make your finger perfectly straight the way it is. And you know what? At first it bothered me, me going, holy crap, this thing looks freaking ugly. Or, wow, like what the heck? It's on my ring finger, right next to my ring finger. Like the guy's going to be like, hey, propose to this and this little weird finger. But you know what? I don't care. Like shit happens. And the only thing I can say is make sure you're an advocate for yourself. And if you don't like what the therapist is telling you, tell her. Because you know what? If you're not happy with your therapy, or if you don't feel comfortable with your therapist, you are not going to get better. Or if you feel like in your gut, maybe therapy is not right for you, then just be honest. Say, you know what? I think I'm going to just not go for a week. And that's what they did. I didn't go for a week. Kind of did my own thing. And then when they did the measurements, and my measurements were a lot better when I came back that one time. And they were like, you know what? Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. And all I did was just the heating pad and just subconsciously just living life and doing stuff a lot more with my hands. And eventually I got more comfortable. But I would say 2 weeks I saw, like within 2 weeks after, within 2 weeks of having therapy, I saw like this, and that was it. And then the more I started doing stuff like raking, like my hand like this, and doing a lot of heating pads. Like I probably did the heating pad probably like 20 minutes and probably did it like 6 times a day. That's a lot of times, because I was relaxing that muscle. And then when I would relax that muscle, it wanted to do more stuff for me. So once I would do the heating pad, it was kind of like its little battery charge. And I was like, okay, time to go. Let's start doing a bunch of stuff. And it doesn't matter how, I was going to say, it doesn't matter how, slow you are with anything. Like if for some reason, if you have to take your sweet time grabbing something and it takes a really long time, as long as you do it, you're okay. So just take your time with it, and you know what's best for you with therapy. And they don't. This is, Danielle's hand. This is not the therapist's hand. So I know really what works best for me. Subconsciously, there's something that's going to tell you, like, I feel like this is working more, or this is working more, and make sure you speak up. And with me personally, even though I'm done with my therapy and this is as best as I can get, your hand may not ever go back to the way it is. And I think the thing is just like, you have to be okay with that. Because even when I bend my finger like this, I hear like a little kind of crack or something. And sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And even though like I can do this is 4 months after. Okay, get this, right? 4 months after like my other videos, and my finger is still sore. Like, this is still sore, bending my hand like this. And they told me like it can take to a year for your hand to really just develop and get back to being normal. So, this really is really just a learning process. And just don't, like I said, don't give up on yourself, and be an advocate for yourself. And if you feel like something else is working for you, like not going to the therapist, and like I said, that's not for everybody. That was just specifically for me. Just really make sure you're an advocate for yourself, because really I did notice there really is only a certain amount of time with your hand that it's really gonna do a lot for you. And that's why they push you so quickly into therapy, because when they go, okay, your cast is off, now you're going right down the therapy room, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, my hand's freaking killing me. But I've noticed just the muscles are so, like, they're like mush. Even though your finger is very sensitive after it's out of the cast, your finger's like mush. So they want to kind of like give it the best foundation they possibly can. So they're going to push you and push you and push you and push you and push you. So, and that's what they did with me, in which I did see a huge difference. Like I said, until, like I said, I kind of hit like a breaking wall point. Like, I literally was like, okay, like, we're hitting a wall. I'm not getting better. I'm not seeing any difference. And that really was, like I said, like a time or two after that last video I just posted. So I hope that really helps you guys. And hopefully that gives you kind of the right direction for yourself. And I wish you guys good luck. And I know it sucks. I know you're probably sitting on your couch and you're probably thinking, wow, I'm so freaking bored. My hand's blown up. It really hurts. And I'm tired of watching movies. I'm tired of watching games. But just realize that this is only a fraction in your life, and shit happens to everybody, and you're going to be okay. And like I said, make sure you're an advocate for yourself, and you just really listen to what is best for you and your hands. So hope that helps, guys. And that's it. Bye.